Welcome back everyone to Piney Plays the Beorning, and after a break in January, we are now back. And it is time to speak with Hunbold to see if anything has changed. Is there word that we're now allowed to cross? Yes?
Nothing has changed. I have not received word from Edoras that you may pass.
You may not pass. Still, you defy the charge of my king. This cannot be. I cannot allow you to cross the Entwade. It is a command of field and king, and I will not betray my duty. The two of you have seen battle, I am certain of it, but this white-haired fellow has seen none that I can tell. Would you have me raise my sword against an old man?
Wait. There is something familiar about that man. Is it Gleowine?
Yes, Gleowine, is that you? The minstrel of Theoden? On what account do you accompany these folk? Oh, it is you, yes. Is it true that what this man says? Well, yes. Oh well, Gleowine responds quickly, and Hooper muses in silence. After a time, he continues. Well, Gleowine, if you will speak for these others, I will allow the three of you to pass. I am merely a simple man from the Eastfold, but you are held in high confidence of the king, and must know your mind more thoroughly than ever I could hope to. For the good of my king and the Rittermark, I will allow you to pass. Do not make me regret this choice. I would cast my blade aside before I raise it against such as you. Well, it's a good thing he didn't know that Gleowine was also exiled. All right. Well then, let's head forward. Yeah, this will do. And forward we go, and into the Entwade. And therefore we could start Western Rohan. We had done Eastern Rohan before. And now let's try the west side of Rohan. Ah, a little light, that'll always help. Good. And, oh yeah, first thing, of course, always get the stable point.
I do not know if we will survive this onslaught.
Alright, now let's head down the road and towards Edoras, because we're supposed to ride to the barrows. There are quests in this area, but you don't get them until after you visited Edoras, so onward, then we can decide whether or not we want to do this area later on. Now we did hit 86, but I believe this region is level 86. In fact, yeah, even this epic story quest that we're on is level 86. So we leveled just at the right point. So let's head down the road and see what we can get. Now, one of the frustrations I had, which is one of the reasons why I had put this on suspension, was, in addition to matter of timing on what I was doing and not wanting in that I couldn't do 2 videos a day anymore, is that the mounted combat. You all know my frustrations with mounted combat. Well, I heard that they have increased the damage that melee characters do in mounted combat, so perhaps I will be able to survive it a little bit better, but I'm not going to try that out against a... Let's try it against this warrior. Well, I don't see all that too much more damage, but I guess I will have to check this out at some point. Well, let's go. Yeah. It's still mounted combat, I can tell you that for sure. I'm not liking it too much anymore. Okay. Yeah! Yeah! Well, good thing he dismounted also. Alright, well, I think that tells me that I am not going to like mounted combat any better after the update, but that's another matter. Alright, let's see, actually. I want to ford the stream, it looks like. Alright, let's get across and let's get to Edoras. And I have to figure out what I'm going to do when I run into any mounted combat quests, because I don't think I'm going to be enjoying them in the slightest. So let's head on. Where is... Oh, that's right, I forgot. It's been a while since I've played this character, at least in mounted combat, so I forgot. Yes, you gotta hit Arise before... Oh, recuperate. That's a recuperate, not Arise. That's Arise. But since Arise is also my power building one, I guess I put that there up with my emergency type stuff. Alright, let's head on and get there as quickly as possible. We have to go out to the barrows outside of Edoras. And up this way we are, well, it says now entering Edoras. Well, I don't think we've quite entered it yet. I guess we are in the environs. So at least we are getting close, but there's still a bit more to go because we are riding just outside the skirts of the city. Alongside it, because the entranceway is way down here. And then we can have a look at Edoras, the capital of the Riddermark. Here are the barrows, the mounds of the kings that are beside the road, and they are quite interesting grounds to them, each of them having their various monuments to them, each of them honoring one of the kings of Rohan. Alright, and it looks like I have found Horn. Well, we have arrived, Horn.
We have returned to Edoras, and death is upon my mind.
Yes, we have returned, Pineclaw, and death is upon my mind. Will Theoden King heed the warning we bring, or will he answer our words of caution with admonishment and a more final decree than exile? How long has it been since Meduseld was raised, and how many kings of Rohan slept here in death? 10 and 6 mounds for 10 and 6 kings. Will the Evermind blossoms come around another mound before this war's through, or will no good men remain to build it? Let's continue into the city. Our errand is urgent, and we have little time for dark musings. Alright, now, something I do have a concern with, and that is the volume seems to be a little bit low on the voiceovers, and I don't want that with what I'm about to do, so I'll take a little break and I'll be back. Oh. Shadowfax. Yes. Hello there, Gleowine.
Unless I am very much mistaken, that horse is Shadowfax.
Look at this. Unless I am very much mistaken, that horse is Shadowfax, Lord of the Maris. The king gifted him to Gandalf the Wizard some months ago, rather against his wishes, truth be known. It seems the horse has found his way back home riderless. The king will be pleased, if he does not already know, how mighty fine Shadowfax has returned. What has brightened his countenance, for certain? He may be more willing to forgive our defiance of his commands as well. Let us continue onward to the Golden Hall. I am ready. And as I was saying, I'm going to need a proper voiceover, and Gleowine was just too soft there for what we needed. So therefore, I'm going to be back and adjust the volumes a little bit. We have arrived at the Golden Hall. Doesn't look too golden at the moment because it is night, but I guess it should do. And it turned out that I just had my volume turned way low on my room settings for reasons I don't remember, so hopefully it'll be at a good volume for this next round. Hello. Hello, Hama.
What brings you hither against the word of Theoden?
That's much better. This is not the first time you have come before the Golden Hall of Meduseld. It is in my mind that you were sent from here in disgrace by command of the king. What brings you hither against his word? How many unwanted visitors will bring ill news here today? Oh, you're not the only unwelcome guest to come to Meduseld this day. Some are within the Golden Hall at this very hour. Oh, wonderful.
You are not the first to come here today.
Testing the word of the heart against the command of the king. Do I compound an earlier error by allowing you into the hall? Or do I make all right with a single throw? Never have I so rued this post. The will of Theoden is clear, but I do not believe you come here with evil intent. You speak of dangers to the north and all around, but returning here brings the greatest danger upon yourselves. Is that not the truest sign of good hearts? The king must be told what you have seen. Speak with me when you are ready to continue into the hall, and I will take your weapons as it is the custom. Then you shall proceed before the king, and we will see if I have misjudged you. I hope for your sake and for mine that I have not. I guess I better not tell him that I could turn into a bear and fight without weapons. Oh well. Alright, let's go.
If you are willing, I will take your weapons and bring you before the king.
Alright. Well, there's a sneak preview of the
We
hall.
have returned to Meduseld against the king's orders, but we do not seem to be the only ones coming to the Golden Hall to speak words of warning.
We are not alone in the hall of Theoden Pineclaw. Let's approach and see who has the ear of the king. But we will interfere only if it be in the interest of Rohan to do so.
Theoden, son of Thengel. I have returned, and I bring warning and wise counsel. A storm is brewing. All good people must stand together or be destroyed.
I greet you, Gandalf, but why should I welcome you? You bring troubles wherever you go. You say a storm brews. I say you are its herald, a bringer of woe and ill tidings.
You speak wisdom, my lord. All around us the news is grim. It is not 1 week since your son and heir Theodred was slain on the western marches. You cannot trust in Éomer. He would empty your city and leave your treasures unguarded. And now Gondor tells us that the Dark Lord stirs once more in the east. It is curious, is it not, that these are the days in which this ragged wanderer returns to us.
A worker of evil may come in fell times, Grima, son of Galmod. But there are also those who come when they are most needed, when days are darkest.
I did not mourn when Shadowfax came back riderless, Gandalf. The return of the horse was made all the greater by lack of the rider.
So it was, my lord. See his rags? Have you ever seen such a beggarly figure?
The courtesy of your hall is not as it was, Theoden, son of Thengel. Has your door ward, Hama, not reported the names of my companions?
I see only churls and vagabonds, and you the worst of them all. Begone with you, and leave my lord to those who do not wish him ill.
You know not of what you speak, Grima Wormtongue.
Whee! Yep. Gandalf, now on the white. Ah, Pineclaw, I am glad you made it here from Wildermore so quickly, but I would need to hear your report of that land at another time. All of us have work to do, for the king is not yet free of danger. Keep an eye on Grima if you would. He is slippery, and I fear he may intend further harm to the king. Whether he can work greater harm than he has already performed is a question for which I have no answer. Stay on your guard.
Theoden, I offer you my counsel, if you would have it. I have ever been a friend to the House of Eorl, and would not see it come to its ending.
Nor would I, Gandalf. But it is so dark. So dark.
No, my friend, not all is dark. Behold! Beyond your darkened windows, there is light. The skies shine above, as they always have. Will you heed me?
Now I see the shadows for what they are, Gandalf. They are fleeting, like a grim memory. How came this to be?
All right. So, that is done. I think that went rather well, considering what is at stake. We have so little time to waste, and much depends on haste. We cannot spend these precious moments squabbling amongst ourselves when the real foe die without. Save one, Grima, son of Galmald, called the Wormtongue. He is an enemy of Theoden and of Rohan, and he remains within. His fate will rest in the king, as it should. Rohan and Theoden are not free of danger yet. Still, we have work to do. And what work must we do? We'll begin that in the next episode of Piney Plays The Beorning.